Welcome to the DCA Friday Podcast, everybody. I'm Chris, and today I have a very special guest. We call him CryptoKenzie in the Yeniverse. But Mackenzie, why don't you go ahead and but before, I want to give you an intro, man, because I really enjoy watching your content on Instagram and your YouTube channel. You're just starting out, but somewhere along the lines, something inspired you. But so before we get into all of that, you had been with me through the alpha cohorts with we basically got one-on-one training with our boy Peter Saddington, and he's and CryptoKenzie right here. He's a beta tester for Yen.io, just like I am. And Yen.io is once again the world's first social meta exchange, and it's just a better place to do crypto. So, Mackenzie, why don't you go ahead and share with us who are you? Where do you come from? What is your background? How did you get into crypto? Give us your story, man.
All right, man. Okay, so thank you. Also, I want to go ahead, throw it back to you. Thank you, Chris, for having me on the DCA Friday podcast. I want to appreciate you for letting me come on. I'm so excited. I feel like when we're in this space, like people just like enjoying helping each other. And now that I'm in a community of people who just want to build, I just want to say thank you. And then you guys inspire me to just build even more. But I'm gonna go ahead and I just want to throw that back at you. But if you didn't know, it's your Bitcoin baby daddy here with another episode. But I'm here on the DCA podcast. So I have so let's talk about me first. My name's Mackenzie Camillus. Let's start it. Born and raised. Well, I can't give out too much information about me because someone's out there. Oh, now I know where he lives. But
we'll leave your home address out of this.
Yeah, we'll leave my home address out of this. But born and raised in Florida. I'm Haitian culture from descent. My mom's from Haiti. All my family's from Haiti. But then she moved to America. Had me, my older sister, and my little brother. My older sister, me, then my little brother. But
so you're the middle child.
Oh no. There's like 10 of us. Oh no,
Mom and Dad got busy.
Yeah. Well, 3 different dads, but yes.
Okay.
3 different dads, but So now I live in Tampa, Florida. Now I went to college out here in Tampa. Got my degree in accounting. Now I work as a tax accountant. So I do corporate and partnership taxes, sales and use taxes, franchise income taxes. I wanted to start looking into more small business taxes.
You doing crypto taxes too?
Yes, and the crypto taxes, because at the end of the day, there are things you can do, and there are things that are quote unquote frowned upon, but there are things that you can do to where you don't have to report some gains, like even especially with like miners. What miner reports their gains? Like I don't like from when I'm talking, like from some of the miners that I talk to, they're like, yeah, I'm not reporting most of this. Like they're pretty much eating the cost of like their electric bill and holding on to whatever crypto till the next run, and then maybe selling little here, a little there, but really just holding on. And just like finding that's really what more of a tax accountant does, maneuvering ways to find like, oh, you can get a deduction here, this is and that there. So going into the crypto space where there's a lot you can really do. And it just like now you're really thinking like, is this right? Is this wrong? But if you know the banks are doing it, you're only going to get in trouble because you're not a bank. And it gets really...
Do what I say, not what I do. According to anything the banks tell you. Jesus.
And I'm like that. And so like having that background, and that's one of the little side hustles that I did this past season, just getting a little extra change doing taxes for like my friends and family. But taxes are getting very simplified, as a lot of people haven't noticed. very simplified.
Basically, your W-2, like, block 1, block 2, block 3, it's literally fill in the blank. When you fill out your taxes, block 1 fits block 1, block 2 fits block 2.
Block 2, block 3. And it's literally like to the point where you can take a picture and send it, and then their machine learning or their AI is literally scanning your picture and finding, okay, here's block 1, here's block 2, here's block 3. Now you review it. Does everything look right off of what your picture? And then there might be a message 0 here or a name glitch here, and you fix those tiny errors. But then after that, you're done. And especially with the with Trump's last tax reform, the standard deduction went from like $6,000 to like $12,000. And so like they're really making it difficult for people to itemize deductions now. Mm-hmm. Like I think they're trying to get people to not itemize deductions, which it was kind of hard already if you didn't own a house or like, have kids, medical bills out the ass and whatever. But now they're like, no, $12,000. Hey, if you don't have deductions more over this, then this pointless to even itemize. And gotcha. So those are the kind of niche things I looked into taxes. But more about me. I went deep into the tax part. Sorry about that.
You just gave me an idea for like another episode. We have to come back to this and just talk taxes.
Well, no one cares. No one cares about taxes. No one cares that every time you get paid,
they're gonna care again come January.
Money. No, think about it. Every time you get paid, before you even see a dollar, the government has already took their piece. And I was telling you at the end of the year, we may or may not have taken enough. We'll find out. See you next year.
Basically. What? It's straight up thievery when you think about it.
Yeah, if you really think, but God forbid, let's not talk that way on camera. Ooh, but so moved out here to Tampa. Now I live in Tampa. So how'd I get into cryptocurrency?
Yeah, how did you get into crypto?
So of course we're gonna talk about my channel later, but on my channel, my intro, it is the most straightforward answer of like how I got into crypto. And literally I tell everybody, hey, late 2017, I got caught up. So what it was credit repair. So helping people fix their credit to buy homes, because of course the housing market is booming, which is very scary to me, because it's like this is very familiar, guys. Like everyone's buying a house, because I'm a later end millennial. I'm closer to 30 than I am 25. Well, let's say I'm closer to 25 than I am 30, so I'm somewhere in the middle. We'll say both ways. But so I'm around that age range, later millennials, and everyone's buying a house.
Remember the last housing crash?
Oh, I remember it very well, because I remember my original hometown is a very like swamp, buckling hometown. Like I come from the poorest of poor. Like we swim with gators and ATVs and muds. Like we mudsling back where I'm from. Okay,
you didn't bother watching Swamp People because that was your everyday life.
That was my everyday life. Yes, yes. We were swamp people over there. Like
shoot them in the head. Shoot them in the head.
Look, our whole town is named after like an Indian. So yeah, we were worse. And I come from there, and then we moved out of there to like 2-garage home with like fenced in backyard, and then it was like changed instant. It happened within like 3 years. It was a big upgrade, and then within a year, we lost it all and had to go move back to the swamp. And so I'm looking at them like, wait a second, everyone's buying a house right now? And of course, as millennials, we don't want old houses. We want new houses. And so with that,
nobody's watching Fixer Upper, are they?
No, not in my age, not in my, like, the smarter ones are. I will say that the smarter ones are, but in my age, no. Everybody wants a house that can connect to Bluetooth internet. Everybody wants a ring light. a Ring doorbell. Everybody wants the little Amazon, so that way my fridge can talk to my lamp, to talk to my whatever, to talk to my sink. And I'm like, guys, this, you know what? Let's step back a little bit. Let's not buy these big houses, but no one's listening, and maybe we won't feel the effects for another 3 to 5 years, but when it does hit, it's going, because like I know like multiple people are becoming realtors now, and I'm like, oh, the industry must be booming. I drove down to a sign the other day and I saw it said, rent to own, 5-bedroom house, 3 baths. I'm like, with a pool, rent to own.
Oh yeah, that's a scam and a half. You know, a lot of those rent to own contracts are actually, like rent for like 2 years and then like, or 5 years, and then the lump sum is due at the end. And if you don't pay it, they can kick you out and then do another rent to own for the same house to somebody else.
And I'm thinking, huh? Like, are you guys paying attention to what's actually going on? So a lot of that stuff is popping up, and I guess it's like, no, that's, guys, we're heading down a slippery slope right now, and I don't think people are paying attention. And we may not, like I said, we may not feel it this year, and America's not going anywhere. We're not gonna go like, people are like, oh, it's gonna be all doom and gloom. Yeah. Anyways, it's America.
But how did you get into crypto? What was it?
So I got off the tangent, but so how authentic I was. So I got in. I was in a pyramid scheme to help do credit repair. Yeah, that's what it did, and it was actually fixing people's credit, but like to actually make money within the system, you would have to get more people involved into the system. So I'm like, oh, it's a pyramid scheme. Okay, cool. I'm like, well, whatever. But the individuals that were in there, soon as like early December, they're like, hey, jump on this crypto thing, jump on this crypto. I'm like, what is that?
Was it BitConnect?
No, it wasn't BitConnect. Thank God. No, the mountain of BitConnect commercials I saw, I'm like, wait a second. Nah, this doesn't seem right. This seems like what I'm doing right now. What are you talking about? But unfortunately, the pyramid scheme, I left that alone, and I got, like, literally, I bought at the top. Like, if I look back at my first day that I bought Bitcoin, I think it was like December 15th. And I'm like, December 15th? I'm like, oh, I bought at the top. like the top of the top. But the thing was, I had a friend that got me into altcoins immediately. Like, I didn't even pay attention to Bitcoin. Got me into altcoins immediately. And as Bitcoin was going down, altcoins were just raving. And I'm like, wait, Bitcoin's going down, but I'm making hell of, like, it was so quick. I turned 1,000 into 3,000 in like a week. And I was like, whoa, what is this thing? And in my head, I'm like, oh, this is never going to end. But little did I know. And of course, that happened.
Bubble real quick.
I'm like, whoa, where did it go? Where did it go? And so once I realized that, I started searching through YouTubers. I started seeing, I think I had like a good strategy of finding like YouTubers with like a lot of content in the back end, and not YouTubers that only been doing this for like maybe 2 weeks. I'm like, I can't trust you. You're just like me.
Yeah, I had a similar strategy. I had looked at the different YouTubers, and I had if they have 10,000 subscribers, or 1,000 subscribers, like depending on what tier of trust that I gave them, or how much I valued their content, or, if they both uploaded a content at the same time, who am I going to watch first? Well, the guy with 10,000 views over the guy with only 1,000.
Yeah, and that's just how the YouTube works. That's just, the more subscribers you have, the more likely people are like, oh well, a lot of people are following him, so I'll follow him as well. It's a popularity race, really. But But so that, and then that's how I ended up finding Peter's channel. And that's when I really started. And that's when I took B90X, and I've been here ever since. Like yeah, at the top, lost a lot of money. And now after being at, I think it was like last year, right before the final crash, I finally evened out through like some tradings, like trying to make some good bets. And then I was just like, all right, let me hold off. Let me let everything crash and let me just wait it out. Let me start dollar cost averaging the right way. I remember I did my 30-day DCA on yen when that first came out, and I did that. And frankly enough, Litecoin has done the best since that DCA challenge. Because when I did that DCA challenge, it was literally like I started it in November, and November was literally that final flush out. So every day of that final flush out of going straight down back to, because that was when we crashed from 6,000 to 5,000 to 3,000. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, damn, this sucks.
that was the Bitcoin Cash Bitcoin Super Veloce fork.
Oh my God, that was so terrible.
That was a blessing. Are you kidding me? I fucking loved that shit.
I swear to God, and I swear to God, the crypto space is the most entertaining place to be. Like, where else can you watch billionaires be like? It's like a reality show. Where else can you watch billionaires do like reality show shit and just talk shit about people? You got CZ just whipping his dick out. We do this, and it's over. And I'm like, oh my God, and it's so funny. I'm like, whoa, you would never see this in no traditional market. We do this.
You are no longer on our exchange. Pow.
I'm gone. I'm like, whoa. That's people's homes you're playing with over there. That's people's livelihoods you just destroyed. But it was Super Veloce. So if you put your livelihood in Super Veloce, you got everything that was coming to you. I'm sorry.
Oh Lord, seriously.
You got everything that was coming. You didn't learn from the crash. You didn't learn all 2018 what was going down. It's like, all right, did you learn what Bitcoin was this past year?
Have you read Satoshi's white paper? Have you watched 10 Days of Bitcoin?
DYOR, please, something, please.
Oh, Lord.
But so that's how I got into Bitcoin. And once I started learning about everything, I couldn't leave because my background is accounting. When I realized the blockchain is just a giant digital ledger, a pure online digital ledger that is 100% valuable. You can track every cent, every dollar. Yes, you can mask some, but at the end of the day, you can track it like all the way to the last Bitcoin, to the very first Bitcoin. Like, oh shit, it's unhackable. To date, it's unhackable. Oh shit, it's been around 10 years. Okay, what else you know that's only been around 10 years? Oh shit! Like, when you really start asking yourself these questions, like, oh, so it's like the internet. What do you mean it's like the internet? So like, if you shut down one computer, another computer is just going to keep it going, and another computer is just going to keep it going. Like how the internet, you can't really shut off the internet because it's kind of impossible to do that. Oh shit! I don't get it. I don't get how people don't understand it. But programmable money, what do you mean? You can tell your dollar what to do. You can program your money to act a certain way. Bitcoin is programmed money. Hey, every 4 years, do this. Okay. Hey, then do this. Okay. Hey, do this. Okay. It's programmed to do that. And every 4 years, we go through these cycles because Bitcoin is built that way. It's built deflationary. Programmable money. I don't understand how people don't get that. When people start understanding, can you tell your dollar to stop being cheap? No. Well, I can tell Bitcoin, well, the community can tell Bitcoin, hey, we've got you on this set of rules. This is what's going to happen. If the community wants privacy, we're going to put privacy in here. If the community wants Lightning Network, they're going to use Lightning Network. Like, we're literally telling the money what to do.
I love it.
And people don't get it. People don't get it. And I'm like, okay, no, I'll see you guys in 10 years.
So what is it in 10 years that you're looking forward to? Like, what are you, most excited about looking forward into the future?
All right, other than the massive amounts of riches that we're going to have, we're going to be thinking about money in a completely different way. And I don't think people really get it. When I can put a video game on top of Bitcoin and have you play a video game with Bitcoin as the reward, and then take that Bitcoin and buy an actual mouse or a bottle of liquor or an all
Lamborghini.
You did, or a Lamborghini, like, and you literally earned that from a video game, or you literally earned that from taking your steps today, or you literally earned that from not spending as much energy and lending it to somebody else. Like, people really aren't thinking about like the energy, making money off of electricity. Like, we're going to be thinking about money in a completely different way. And it's literally the internet for money. It's literally the internet of money. It's just keeps growing. It's not stoppable.
I love it. So what is your investment strategy? Are you a day trader, or day trading, or a long time hodler? Did you take out a second mortgage on your home and go all in on a project like Ripple or BitConnect?
Oh no. So never that. So I remember when I first started, I was just throwing money in directions. I was using, before they cut off credit cards, I used up my credit card. I think I maxed out one credit card because it was like my lowest one. It was like a $3,000 credit card, and I maxed that one out. And I was just like jumping into and I was making like $500 investments here, another 500, because it was just moving so fast. And I was like, I got to get this as much as quick as I can. But I never had a plan. I never understood. Enter here. The market's going to go up or down. TA has taught us one thing. The market's either going to go up or down. I love all my TA YouTube channels. They're great. But I think the best advice that each one of them give, yes, we know it's going to go up or down. The idea is, if it goes down, what is your plan? Or if it goes up, what is your plan? I think that's what people don't get from TA, that I feel like a lot of TA people don't really explain properly, or maybe they do, and just people are just dumb enough not to get it.
Or they just copy somebody else's trades.
And it's never going to work.
You're already late to the party if you're copying somebody. Every time. You're like, people don't get it. You're satisfied with being second, then you don't realize you're supposed to be first. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're supposed to be fighting to be first, but you're satisfied by being second. That doesn't make sense. And so initially I was doing all that, crashed, calmed down. I started I remember I was doing masternode hunting for a little bit, couldn't figure that out. I pretty much did a little bit of everything, and then finally I just told myself, you know what? I'm just going to dollar cost average. I'm just going to stay at the top 20, and all the losses that I took, I'll take those losses and just pray that those coins ever come back. And as I saw, every coin just started dying off. And so I let those coins die off. And so now I just dollar cost average, but I recently just got into TA. So I'm using Crown's CryptoKenzie TA video series. And so I've been watching those video series and then knowing just a little bit about TA. So that way, it's, because at the end of the day, it's sad but true that this whole market is everyone's really focused on the charts. Yeah. People just focus on the charts. They don't really get what's going on in the background. They don't really understand of the things we're gonna be able to do. And literally with BAT token, my guys, are you guys not seeing what they're doing? They're literally blocking ads for you, and then you can use the cryptocurrency within their little community to buy Amazon things. And so
anyways, back to what my strategy is right now. But my strategy is dollar cost averaging into good projects that have solid backgrounds, that I've done research on myself, that isn't being hyped on crypto Twitter, thank God, because one thing you should never do is never follow crypto Twitter at all. now with the crypto mafias out there, but them crypto mafias are real.
Yeah,
those crypto mafias are real, bro. I'm like, wow.
It's always a good idea to, do your own research.
Yeah.
Actually invest in projects that you believe in.
That you understand as well.
Also, don't invest money that you don't actually have. I'm pretty sure you learned your lesson about buying crypto on the credit card, right?
Oh that hurt. That one hurt. That one hurt. I was mad about that one. But the thing is, that's the thing. That's what I love about myself. I'm able to be open and tell everybody, no, I've completely shat and made mistakes, completely 100%. And as year and year go by, you're going to keep seeing that I'm just this honest guy. I've been at the bottom. You're going to see me at the top because I already know we're going to the top because it's programmable money. There's nothing you can do about it. Literally, the happening's going to come with or without you.
Yep, that's true. Now, I got another question for you. All right. Yes. How are you making extra money to increase the amount you can invest? Like, what is your side hustle, or what other side hustles are you jumping into to increase what you can dollar cost average?
All right, perfect. All right, so the first one we're going to talk about, don't judge me on this one.
This is a judge-free place. Nobody gives a crap. We're just hungry for info.
Okay, so Florida just released, last year, not last year, I think the year before, we got the bill for medical marijuana finally. And so Florida is just being introduced to marijuana, like in a non-legal sense, And of course, the oil pens started flowing in. Of course,
you mean in a recreational sense?
Yeah. Well, it's not even recreational yet because it's all still just medical.
Oh, okay.
And, so it's all still medical. We just started getting dispensaries last year, and they're just like pop, 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 pop. I'm like, oh my god. And so we're having all that, and so now people are getting more interested in like edibles and things like that. And so for a while, I tested that out to see, I wonder what people would really want with these things. And so I had got a Levo because, of course, it wasn't illegal to buy a Levo, which is like an oil infuser to take the flour and turn it into oil so you can cook it in baked goods. And so I bought that. And then I started making brownies and cookies, and I did that for like a couple of months and to see if anybody would actually want it. And that was, I think, mid 2017 in the middle of the bear market, and I was doing that as a side hustle while still having a regular job.
You mean 2018? Because 2017 was a pretty good year.
Oh no, my bad. 2018, right? And so doing that, and so I did that for a while, but then I just felt uncomfortable because it's like, well, I'm not a drug dealer. Anyways, I'm like, I'm not.
And you don't have like a medical dispensary license or anything like that.
All those kind of things. And since there's no actual proof that I did it, I can say I did, and this is all speculation. I may or may not did that, but
allegedly.
I did aside that's what. And then after that, I did taxes to make a little extra money. I did a couple stores taxes just to help them. It was about like my first time doing it, and it was like a Haitian restaurant, and they needed someone to do their taxes, and so I did that. And I had friends and families who needed them to do their taxes, did their taxes to make a little extra money. Now that I have that little extra money, I'm going to be upgrading my computer and putting in 2 graphics cards in it. So now I can start DCAing by mining altcoins. I'll probably, because I'm pretty sure my computer won't be able to mine Bitcoin, and it'd be pointless. But I'll be able to mine some altcoins and probably make a small little DCA profit off of that. Everything goes back into Bitcoin for the most part. And maybe some speculative altcoins that I feel like will move in a year or two.
You're letting your investments fund further investing.
So that's what I'm doing. So I'm DCAing into myself, and I'm DCAing into the market, because now I need, when it comes to production value, I think that's the route I'm going to be heading with my YouTube channel. And I'm also
what production buyout?
But production value. So
okay.
I'm DCAing into production value. Thinking about getting the green screen just for fun. But I'm really much just.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the same thing, or maybe just putting some actual wall art instead of this fuzzy mat that I got back here.
I mean, I think it's fine. I think it gives you like a sense of like professionalism, because I've seen
until you see the ugly yellow right here.
And it's like black all that out. Just put black, like just have
my arms out like here so you can't see it.
Wow, he's built. Just sitting there all day. Damn, he must be lifting a lot. God. But no, but that was more of like a little bit of the side hustles. I have also, like I said, I've been looking into like little Shopify store, like you were saying before we started recording.
Yeah, that was an excellent hour before we actually started recording. We should have been finished with this podcast half an hour ago.
Look, it doesn't matter because we're here. Like we're getting it done, and you're getting your side hustle on. But so that's some of the side hustles that I was doing. Future side hustles, like I said, when I was talking about Fever, information's free out there, but if you want personal information from me, if you want time out of my day, I feel like I can charge you if you want me to do the work that you don't want to do. I can tell you that the information's out there for free as much as possible, but if you're not willing to go out there and you continue to ask me to do the work for you, I'm going to charge you. You know, that's
a very legitimate, service that you'd be providing.
Yeah, so it's a legitimate, like if you need reviews, and not only that, but it also helps me build the channel up. It helps me make reviews. So I was really seriously thinking about the Fever, because like I've seen the cryptocurrency section of Fever, and it's okay, and it's like this, there's not really much here. People are selling courses to like do TA, and I'm like, TA is free, though. You can learn TA for free.
You can learn TA by watching the B90X program.
Like
just watch B90X on YouTube.
Free, B90X. Go check it out. Decentralized TV.
There you go.
The Bitcoin.pub. If we didn't chill that, we might have to be chilling this a little bit. Just a little bit. We might have to chill it. Look, man, you might get me. I'm looking at my Jim Beam right now, and I'm like,
Go for it.
Just give me 2 seconds, because now you're gonna get the real me. You've been getting the real me this whole time, but now I'm excited. Because now we shilled Yen.io a little bit. So now
we've shilled Yen.io. You mentioned the Bitcoin.pub.
Yes.
The world's best cryptocurrency forum, because out of all the different cryptocurrency forums that were out there, the Bitcoin.pub is still around, and everybody in it is literally willing to help their community. Like everybody's building something.
As you can see, but give me 2 seconds. Yes.
Absolutely. I'm going to go ahead and pause this real quick. All right, we're back.
Yes.
Both of us had to get our drinks on.
yes. Had to.
What are you drinking right now?
So I'm actually drinking some Jim Beam with some ginger ale lemonade. So I have some ginger ale lemonade with some Jim Beam.
I got some Irish whiskey and cranberry juice. Like three fingers of whiskey, 1 finger of cran grape. Recommended to me by a friend. I did a twist on it. He said just cranberry. I tried that last night. A little harsh. So I'm trying the cran grape because that might be a little better.
Yes. You drinking the grape just because of me? Nah, that's not. You gotta love it. Let's do this.
All right. We're getting our drink on.
Right. So now I'm feeling good now. Let's do this.
All right. Okay, let's go back to the notes. All right. So here we go. Where has the grind on your side hustle taken you, and how has it impacted your life?
So honestly, this has taken me to many different places. I've been to a very dark place, whether the market being down, being in a very depressed state, just not feeling very down and like down on myself. And then from that dark place, I had to lift myself up, because I had left I had left a very lucrative job with PricewaterhouseCoopers, but I couldn't be there anymore because I wasn't grinding. I was slaving. I was working for a corporation, and when I got home, I'd play video games, and then I'd go to sleep, and then I'd do the same thing the next day, and then it was just like the last 3 years of my life. I really couldn't tell you, other than like vacations, like what I did. And then it wasn't until I left there finding it very difficult to find a job, but then able to find a job, and then started grinding on some passions of my own. Like I never realized how much I thought I'd enjoy video editing. I never realized I'd enjoy like, oh, I can be fully creative and do whatever I want in here because it's mine.
Yeah.
And when that finally hit, I'm like, it's mine. It doesn't matter. Like, I don't have to appease nobody else. I don't have to, like, I can do whatever I want. And as long as I'm, whatever. But so this grind has taken me, I've stepped out of my comfort zone in the sense of putting myself on camera and trying to be myself on camera and not try to be this persona of who I am, but also taking me to places where I've stood in front of, like, I've met random people who just say, okay, so what is this cryptocurrency thing? And why are you so interested in it? Because I keep seeing you post about it, talking to random strangers about it, talking, oh, what's that on your shirt? Oh, this is whatever. And doing that, finding ways to market and network myself, learning new skills on how to market and network myself. And I think that's one of the places I feel like I would have never been, I'd have never thought about if it wasn't for like Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And just like from working from somebody to working from somebody with a plan to get out. Like people just want to work for someone the rest of their lives and they don't realize, wait, I want to work for this person the rest of my life. I always want to work for somebody. No, to like, I'm going to work for somebody for right now because I have to. I'm going to be like, all I can think about every day is when I get to the point where I can be home working from this computer, doing research, just running the family life, just drop the kids off at school because I can, because I run my own business, my own full online automated business where I don't have to do anything but push a button, record, have my editor do this and do like it was in high school when I had a dream. You're supposed to dream about where you want to be. I dreamt about going to college and getting a job and having that plan set forward. But once I got a job and finished college, there really wasn't any plan.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about what school preps you for, it really doesn't prep you for, actually building anything of your own. It's just, you're a good robot. You are a good factory worker. You are a good, burger flipper. You are a good,
that's
employee.
It.
That's
employee.
It. You go to work, you grind, you come home, you need to relax. So you have a drink or you play your video games or, spend time with your kids or you just, go to sleep and then wake up and do it again.
Like it was school. Like it was school. Like that's how school was.
Mm-hmm. You go to school, come home, do your homework, go to sleep, go to school, come home, do your routine. That's all they want you to do because they don't want you to have the free time to be able to do anything with your life.
And it's kind of scary. It's kind of scary. It really is. And so being in this space forced me to wait. I'm dreaming. I'm looking for a plan. There's a plan. There's a destination again. Once you finish college, and what's the destination after that? Get a job. Get a girlfriend.
I have a friend at work who literally has his. He's a rocket scientist. By his degrees. Okay. Like he is literally lucky to have the job that he's got, working security with me, simply because he's overqualified for every position he ever applies to. they're like, oh, sorry, you know what, you are an awesome individual. We think you're great, but unfortunately, we think you're a little overqualified. So he gets passed over. They give like, why go to college at all if they're looking for somebody who's not overqualified? That's one of the biggest things. Like if you have a freaking master's degree or a doctorate in liberal basket weaving,
God,
you're overqualified.
You're overqualified. Like what? I don't know what to tell you.
If you're overqualified, what's the point in having a freaking degree?
And so that's an issue on its own. And this whole inflation thing, where people really don't understand inflation, until like there are certain gas prices we'll never see again, guys.
Dude, it's
and we really
approaching $4 a gallon where I live.
Oh my God, that's 2009 levels. That's 2010, 2011 levels.
It's gone back up. It's ridiculous.
And I'm like,
crazy.
We didn't even like. Oh my God, we thought we really thought. I remember, what was it? Either last year or the year before, we hit like $2, and I'm like, $2? Oh my God, because I'm in Florida, so we're way cheaper. I'm like, $2? We might actually break under $2 again. We didn't see it.
No.
And that was it. And then from that point on, we've been hovering the 260s, 250s, and upper $3. Like we're getting back to the upper $3 down here. And I'm like,
you can't help it when the Federal Reserve just keeps on printing money. It's one of the reasons why we're in the crypto space, is because it's deflationary.
Like we tell the money not to print itself. That's what we tell it. And the thing is, if you're gonna print money in the crypto space, all you're doing is, a lot of people say, oh, paper Bitcoins, or we're scared of these things. You do know that it's just going to inflate the price of Bitcoin. Like, I don't really think the whole sell pressure towards Bitcoin, it can only hit a certain point. Just like how, just the miners will only allow it to hit a certain point. And I remember I was watching this one TA person, I got to look up the video. He said Bitcoin was going to do a V bottom. Like a straight, it's going to hit the bottom like a V, and then it's going to go back up, and then it's going to continue from that point on. If you literally look at the past 4 months, that is literally a V bottom. If you look on the month chart, I'm like, damn, that's a V bottom. So I really don't think we'll see $3,000 Bitcoin ever again. I don't
pragmatically, I don't think so either. Because like you were saying. Hello. like you were saying, the miners won't let it go because they have operational costs. So if they have to sell to maintain operations, they're going to say, okay, my selling price is this much for a Bitcoin, and they're not going to sell below that because then they're operating at a loss.
They're operating at too big of a loss. And so Not only that, but
I mean, as much as I would love $1,000 Bitcoin or a $500 Bitcoin, it ain't freaking happen anytime soon, or if ever again.
If ever. And so I'm just sitting here like, yeah, no, guys, no. And this whole dollar, and then the dollar is just going to pump into Bitcoin because people are just going to print more of it, and this is going to inflate the price of Bitcoin because you can't do that. But let's not go off that. I remember the question. But yeah, that's what the grind has taken me. It's taken me from a place of depression to talking in front of people, to networking myself, to putting myself out there, to understanding how to use social media better, like actually use social media for what it's meant to be used for, and not just a mechanism of just pure distraction. It's taken me mentally to a place where I never thought I'd be. And now I
never thought I'd be doing YouTube channels or freaking podcasts.
I never thought I'd do this.
Or have multiple Instagram, profiles for all the different projects that I'm running. Was never in my, field of vision. Like it was
never. No. And I'm sorry. Peter really got me thinking. Yes, video is the only way out. It is it's because like my generation. You see, my phone's right here. I'm so attached to it.
Yeah,
I'm so attached to it. God forbid my phone disappears.
Lord, Lord
Find a
knows,
way to-
when I'm at work, if I'm at a sitting, like a desk position, if I'm not, out and about, I'm at a sitting position, nobody's around, dude, I'm constantly working. So I'm
yeah,
literally doing two jobs. I'm doing my security job, and I'm also doing research. I'm also building. I'm also grinding. I'm talking with artists, who can render what I'm trying to build.
yes.
Like the grind doesn't stop. I have over 100 tabs on my dadgum internet on my phone that are still open because I can't close them down. I don't want to lose where I was.
It's like I just don't go nowhere. I'll get back to you. I swear. I swear I'll get back to you, but I can't lose this page.
I know.
Can't lose this page.
I know.
So,
all right, so
that's,
where do you see yourself in the next 5 years, and what do you hope to be working on in the next 5 years?
Next 5 years. So next 5 years, I'm going to be married. Next 5 years, I'm going to have at least. Thank you. I have to. She's waited a long time.
How long have you been waiting?
To be all right. So that's a guaranteed 4 right there. And if I attach, because there was, we were friends first, so that doesn't count.
No,
that part that
doesn't count.
That doesn't
so you've
count.
been dating for about 4 years. It's
like 4 years, but she's 25, going on 26, and I'm in the middle somewhere. So I'm just like, all right.
All right. So you plan on working on, starting a family.
Yeah. So I'm starting
working on
next 5 years, starting a family. Next 5 years, hopefully that'll be the crash of the housing market. Buy something very expensive for very cheap. At least that's the goal. But honestly, being full-time crypto YouTuber, multiple podcasts, crypto YouTube channel. My ideas for this crypto YouTube channel is just if you want to look, what I inspire to do with my crypto YouTube channel is something that Mr. Beast. Do you know Mr. Beast? So Mr. Beast is like a YouTuber. He's like about 17 million subscribers, and the way his channel is built, that's what I want to do for my channel in the cryptocurrency space. It's more like him vlogging and having a good time with his friends. Like they just did like a real life Fortnite battle in like a field somewhere. But I'm like, that seems like he's just out there having a good time and entertaining. That's Absolutely. What I want. And that's Absolutely. What I want to do with my crypto channel. But of course, those would just be the highlight videos, the videos that everybody always comes back for. The knowledge is going to be Monday through Friday. All right, so here's what the charts look like. All right, so here's the news. All right, so this is why you care. Here's my research on this. Here's my research on that. Like most of the YouTube channels are there, but what's going to make me stand out is my utter blackness and utter way to do shit. And it's going to be fucking hilarious because you sit there and be like, oh my God, I can't stop watching it. It's like a reality show. What crazy nonsense is he going to get himself into today? And you're
Florida,
man. Oh no!
Florida man starts a YouTube channel, ends up God knows where.
Crack whorehouse. Oh my God!
There you go. There you go. Cryptocurrency, Shopify, apparel idea, Florida man apparel.
Fuck that! But thank you.
Look it up right now. Look it up right now.
Oh my God! Is that .com? How do I search that if that .com's available?
GoDaddy.
I'll
help you look it up.
Oh no, we're looking this up.
We are looking it up right now.
Fuck this. What? Florida Man?
FloridaMan.com or Florida Man Apparel. I'm looking it up.
Let's see.
Florida Man.
It's taken. FloridaMan.com is taken.
Well, hold on. Let's check .net or .io. .ios, because of cryptocurrency, have actually gone up to like $49.99, simply because they know that people will pay for them because cryptocurrency, initial.
Yeah.
So FloridaMan.io is available for $49.99. Let's try Florida Man Apparel.
FloridaManShop.com is only $2.99.
So is Florida Man Apparel. So, dude, just look up Florida Man, whatever, tag at the end that you want, there you go. There, buy it right now. Or as soon as we get off this show, you got some time before this podcast goes live.
No, FloridaManShop.com it's beautiful because you got ShopMrBeast.com, like a lot of these. Oh my God, FloridaManShop.com,
or you can just do FloridaMan.shop or whatever, And
it's so what a decent price for like so the IOs are very expensive for the first year
because the IO stands for initial offering. They know cryptocurrency sites are going to make 15 million on a deadgum initial coin offering, so they can afford a $50 website.
I could literally start a scam coin, FloridaMan.io, and it's just going to be a meme coin. Like, it's literally going to be a fork of Doge. It's going to be a full fork of Doge, and it's going to just be FloridaMan.io. And you go to the website, it's just stories on stories of Florida Man. Florida Man does
stories on the blockchain.
Oh, that would be the most... That is ingenious.
Every single Florida Man headline in the newspaper is going to be a meme on a T-shirt.
I'm going to read just a meme on a T-shirt. FloridaMan.io.
Florida Man gets nipple bitten off by a beaver.
Oh my God.
I literally just took Florida Man and then a Jeff Foxworthy joke and put them together.
Oh my God. But for it to be .io for $50, that is ridiculous.
Still, the .io, if you're doing cryptocurrency related apparel, I think a .io makes perfect sense sometimes. Because
people in the cryptocurrency space they're gonna know.
Exactly. They'll understand it. So anyway, we just came up with a phenomenal idea for you, man. I hope you completely enjoy that.
Thank you. I don't know what to do, but if this blows up, you got a check coming your way. You got a check. If I sell this for $1 million one day, no, he gets at least 25%. You earned this. You gave me this.
Dude, I'm going to tell you the same thing I told my buddy Paul when he opened a vape shop in Pennsylvania. I helped him come up with the domain name. I helped him come up with the logo and the gift certificate. Like, I designed everything for him. And like he said, dude, you're getting 25% of the shop. And I told him the same thing I'm going to tell you right now. If you feel that, I deserve 25%, I would prefer that you take that 25% and reinvest in the company, keep it going until you become so successful that it can run on autopilot. Then come talk to me. I don't care.
Then it's like, it runs on autopilot. I don't have to do anything.
Well, if it's a Shopify apparel store, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right, so
one thing. I love how people don't notice. Shopify lets you buy with cryptocurrency.
That's true. They do. They have what's called BitPay.
Anything on the internet, you're going to be able to buy cryptocurrency with. If I can't put my cell phone down, what makes you think the generation after me is going to be able to do that? They're going to live on the internet because that's all they're going to know. Because all my generation knows is social media. That's all we know.
All right, let's backtrack to the very beginning of your journey.
Let's go.
What inspired you to do your particular side hustle? Like, what was the inspiration that said I need to do, YouTube and anything else that you've currently been working on in the background?
I don't see I will corner the market. I've got a niche that I'm going to corner. So when it comes to like cryptocurrency YouTubers, they're only like I'm just gonna be honest. There's only so many black ones out there. Like let's just be real. Because in my head I'm like,
you have Ian Bellina and then
I know. So I had to do more research.
Well, let's face it. The other two were in jail because they were shilling BitConnect.
Oh my god! And I'm just you're like, shit.
Well, actually, I do not know if they are in jail. I do not know.
They disappeared. They're in Mexico. They're wherever. They're with underage little girls from Venezuela or something. Shout out.
Have you seen the news coming out of Venezuela though? Dude, they're in the middle of a civil war.
Yeah. It's
all over Instagram.
Did you see the volume? The Bitcoin transaction volume right now?
Oh,
all-time house. All-time high. Just
I've been in the background behind Zoom. I've had Yen up, and I keep on seeing the charts flashing. You know, and Bitcoin's price is like 5,400.
Now, is that because of the Tether thing?
I don't know.
Tether's back to $1 now.
I'm not surprised.
I don't think people get it.
Even though they're being investigated by the Attorney General, the Attorney General has subpoenaed them and Bitfinex for documents and proof and all this freaking information.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Nobody
cares right now. Because they're not. I want to finish first. They're not a pyramid scheme. They might have 74% backed by cash and everything else by cash-like assets and other cryptocurrency assets. But
I bet your regular bank doesn't have that.
Say what?
I bet our regular banks don't have 70. I bet our regular banks are barely struggling, probably at 10%.
Dude, our regular banks don't actually carry as much cash as what says, or what the bank says the people have. Like if there was a run on the banks would not be able to pay out.
So I'm not saying like they probably only have like 10%. I really think they probably only have like 10%. And we're worried about, and I get it, guys, we're in the crypto space to move away from this shit. But guess what? We didn't get in here early enough to stop it. You know what I'm saying? Like whoever was in the crypto space at a time that allowed Tether and Bitfinex to get so influential, to get so popular, they're the ones to blame. And at the end of the day, us getting into the market now, there's not much we can do. As a community, we can shut them down, but the facts are the facts. We can track everything. Tether has a hold on this market like no other. We think the exchanges do? No. Tether and Bitfinex have a hold on this market like no other.
You know what I believe in better than Tether?
Tell me.
Dogecoin. Which is sad because I don't own any Tether, but I only have like 256 Dogecoin. That I actually use my CPU to mine.
Good.
I'm no Dogecoin millionaire. I'll tell you that right now.
You're not a Doge Lord, but you do have the website.
I do own DogeLord.com, and there is some awesome stuff coming out with that. Like everybody who is part of the alpha cohorts. Okay, Mackenzie, you and I were both part of Peter Settington's alpha cohorts.
Oh yeah,
we had one-on-one coaching with Doge Lord himself.
The Doge Lord, yes.
I mean, the guy would charge $50,000 to Fortune 500 or Fortune 50 companies for the same training that we got because we were Patreons and we were supporting Yen.io before it was even
Yen.io.
Before it was Yen.io. Yeah. Okay. I'm starting to slur my speech a little bit. This whiskey's doing its job. All right. But
you're comfortable now. You see, I'm comfortable. You're comfortable.
We were already comfortable because this
we were, but now
conversation. But still, here we are right now, and both of us are building. We're grinding, and we would not be here if it wasn't for Peter. Let's just face that reality, okay?
Go ahead.
We both found bite-sized Bitcoin and decentralized TV when bite-sized Bitcoin became decentralized TV.
I found decentralized TV. I missed the bite-sized Bitcoin days. I did.
That's okay. That's okay.
But
B90X was on both for a while, and then bite-sized Bitcoin became its own thing, and it became all about his Lambo.
Yes, that's it. Look,
yes, will it burn?
Will it burn? Will it burn? I like that logo. I liked it.
Dude, the truth of the matter is, if it wasn't for Peter, we wouldn't be here and we wouldn't be having this conversation. All right? Now,
facts.
Yes, that is a fact.
Facts.
Peter created a community that has builders in it that are willing to help each other. Like iron sharpens iron is a wonderful, version of Bible, and we are living it.
Damn.
We are all building, we are all creating, we are all helping each other, and we are all coming up with ideas together. Like Florida Man.
I deserve this website. Like, I don't think you understand. I deserve this.
I am going to give you a little bit of time to go ahead and purchase that before this podcast goes live. That way you can own it. Okay.
Look, FloridaMan.io. I don't like the FloridaMan-.io.
Oh, don't worry about that. Okay, don't worry about that.
No, I found FloridaMan.io though. It's the same. $50.
FloridaMan.io or FloridaMan Apparel or FloridaMan.shop or some shit like that. Some simple. You want it simple. Okay,
yeah.
Keep it simple. All right. You put too many words in it, and then an odd.
Whatever.
Domain.
Yeah, number. No one's ever gonna find it. No one's ever gonna care.
Yeah. Okay. So, let's get back on track. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Let's talk about the actual steps that you had to take to get to where you are today. All right. You started your side hustle. You went through the alpha cohorts training with Peter, and then you started, building, your repertoire of skills. Like what steps did you have to take to get to the side hustle that you're using currently today, and the skills that you know that you have to develop to get to the side hustles you want tomorrow or 5 years from now?
All right. So the skills, this shit, like writing shit down. It's a fucking necessary.
You mean sticky notes?
Oh, these sticky notes
for days.
Oh, for fucking, I'm sorry, I don't need to curse so much, but oh my God. Sticky notes for days. The shit that I forgot, that I know I forgot, that I never wrote down, ideas for episodes, facts and information, points that I want to get across when I talk, that I forgot that I didn't write down. This will help you get so organized.
Even like the notes from my podcast interview.
Look, I'm telling you, if you do not write this shit down, you will forget. And you will, like I'm good at coming up with shit on the spot. Like, I'm very good. It's just how I do. But you have to write this shit down. So that's a skill that I had to I didn't really do that. I didn't really write things on sticky notes. I was just like, oh, I'll remember it, not realizing that I forgot it already.
Exactly.
I forgot it already. It's almost like shopping, going to the grocery store.
There's so many times when I'm at work that I'll have an idea, and if I don't write it down, I lose it.
It's gone. And you'll be, and it could have been the worst idea ever, but it was, in your mind, it was ingenious. And all you had to do was write it down. Just take a second, put it on a notepad, take a second, just do it. Because when you get back to that idea, oh, I forgot about this. And I realized how many ideas I really forgot about, how many things that I really just didn't do because I didn't write it down. So that's one of the skills I had to learn. I had to learn that skill. I had to remove my level of procrastination. I had to remove distractions. Like on my social media accounts, I pretty much, this is a little petty of me, but I pretty much, anyone that wasn't interacting with my content, I deleted them. I stopped following them.
Oh, wow.
And I had to, because the thing is, when I pulled up my Instagram, all I saw was pictures of people doing whatever, and it was people that I don't talk to, people that are just there. And then I'd find myself for 30 minutes to an hour, just scrolling through Instagram, through pictures, people's pictures. Maybe I like this one or maybe I'd like that one, and just scrolling through it. And I'm not realizing this is a distraction. This is a full distraction. So I had to turn, if I'm making a product, if I'm making a page, if I'm turning into this person, this cryptocurrency guy, I need to turn my page into that. I need to turn my identity into that. I need to turn it into a brand. But what I don't need is looking at like a whole bunch of other people living their day-to-day lives, being distracted by them. And no fault to them, but I have a task, I have a goal, I have a destination. I need to get focused on my goal, my task, my destination. And that's what a lot of people aren't. They, like I said, they go to their 9 to 5 and they think that, you know, they put one video on YouTube and they're a vlogger now. No, that's not how it works.
Yeah, no. I know personally. I've gone through several different iterations of YouTube. I went on my personal channel, then I created a Bit Too Far channel. Now I've got the DCA Friday channel, and you know, I've gone from iteration to iteration to iteration, and I know personally that, you know, right now my current grind is, you know, DCA Friday, like the podcast, as well as the other different brands that I'm trying to build. But, you know, as far as the A Bit Too Far podcast and that YouTube channel, I've let that go by the wayside for right now.
Yes,
I may revisit it later, but right now I've had to pivot.
Yeah, you have to pivot. You have to pivot. You have to change a little bit. Like
you have to experiment.
You have to experiment. Like with me, the YouTube channel, I stopped putting content on there just for a little bit, and I started putting content on my Instagram page. I started doing Instagram TV videos.
I've been watching your Instagram. I've been loving it. You know, it's not my particular niche, but you and I have been friends since we both went through alpha cohorts.
Yes.
You know, so I follow your content just because it's you. It's like,
I gotta support. Like, this comment may not be funny. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm gonna like it. I'm gonna enjoy it, because at the end of the day, he's still making this shit. And I look at it like, what the fuck are you making? You know?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And I think that's what drives this whole community. I think that's what drives the whole community. Like, we're all making something, and then you see the ones that fall off, and you forget about them because they're gone now.
Yeah. Real quick, I wanted to jump back.
Go.
I like what you said about basically like your social media. Like, let's just say Facebook.
Yeah.
Anybody who wasn't interacting with your content, you deleted.
Gone.
I'd never thought about actually doing that, because I've been actually thinking about extricating myself from Facebook completely. I don't post diddly squat on Facebook anymore. But the only reason I still have a Facebook is literally to keep in touch with, you know, like my brother and
family,
friends and family. And a lot of the Shopify content, let's face it, if you need to do advertising, the best place to do it is on Facebook right now, because that's where most of the people are.
Really?
Well, when it comes to advertising, like Facebook ads versus Google ads, what's the better way to target, you know, and narrow down, you know, who sees your advertisement? It goes to Facebook, you know, and that's the only reason why I still have a Facebook is, you know, friends, family, and then my entrepreneurial goals. Okay. But I like what you said, and I hadn't thought about that.
Yes.
Just literally going through, snipping the cord of anybody who's not interacting. You know,
not even paying attention, because like you're following their content, but
see, that's the thing, is that I've pretty much extricated myself. Like, I don't go to Facebook at all.
Right.
I only upload maybe a YouTube video to one of my cryptocurrency pages. Like, I haven't told anybody this. This was literally created just for me and my buddy Brian, who co-hosts the podcast with me. Like, I created cryptocurrency and marijuana stock market pages, as well as entrepreneurial Facebook pages. Like these three pages I created exclusively just for me and him. If anybody saw it, hey, cool, great, I don't care. But I literally created these pages just to bookmark the content that I had been researching every day for like 6 months. And then, sporadically I'll find a really great video and I just gotta share it, and I'll just post it on there. That way he and I have a bookmark and a log of all the different content that, I believe is like research worthy and noteworthy. All right. So I created these 3 pages for that. But as far as actually interacting on Facebook, like the only interactions that I have are on Yen and Discord and Instagram.
Yeah.
That's it. Yen, Instagram, and Discord. And I have Twitter simply because Twitter is a really great place for all the cryptocurrency. Anybody who's a decent cryptocurrency.
The crypto Twitter.
Yeah, crypto Twitter. Even if they're not a great project, they're still on crypto Twitter.
Crypto Twitter, they're there. You'll find them. So you'll find some trash. All right. So
anyway, moving on.
Yes, but
let's say someone's listening to that podcast. They hear our drunk asses, and they're like, you know what? What Mackenzie's doing, I want to do that too. For the next few minutes, let's tell them how do they need how. Let's tell the audience how to do what you do.
All right. So when you say do what I do, like completely
anything and everything. Let's start with taxes, then we'll go to the YouTubes, and then if you're currently doing any other projects that are earning you a side hustle income, let's talk about that as well.
All right. So when it comes to taxes, tax season's over. So depending on if you have a degree in accounting, but when it comes to if you have a degree in accounting, it's really easy to find it's really easy to find pickup jobs for AP or as long as you're not super focused on a tax niche, you can pretty much find an accounts payable, accounts receivable, tax assistant, tax analyst, wherever you can find a job, but especially in the Tampa area, because we have University of South Florida here, and it has a robust accounting sector. They crunch out accountants like it's clockwork. So this is one of the saturated places for accountants. But if you're in an unsaturated place, you can make a solid, decent amount of money being an accountant for a company, for doing company accounting jobs. You make more money for doing small businesses, doing small business taxes or small business accounting, bookkeeping for them.
Well, businesses can afford more.
Yeah, they can afford it. They'll pay more. They'll pay way. So if you're able to organize yourself and build your own, and that's where I feel like I was never organized enough. So that's something that being in the cryptocurrency space has taught me to be a little bit more organized, and my girl helped me be more organized. So from there, but that's pretty much it.
She sounds awesome.
Being organized. When it comes to the YouTube space, I follow Roberto Blake or whatever. I follow inspirational people that teach you how to be YouTube. It's being consistent. Content over everything. Even if your content is shit, even if you don't have the highest video quality, even if you don't have the highest sound quality, have decent amount of video and sound quality. I look at my videos and I think to myself, man, these videos are shit. But then when I reach out to people who actually watch my videos, no, it's kind of pretty decent compared to the other kind of with the quality wise.
Do they use the term raw?
Yeah.
There's a certain quality to raw content, whether it's polished or not. If it's raw and it's live and
it's authentic.
Yes, that's the word I'm looking for.
I always get that off. If one thing I hear, it's authentic. I know it's you on camera. I know it's not and that's the thing. I don't know if a lot of channels have that authentication, or however we want to say
authenticity.
There we go. Sorry, this look is hitting me. It feels good. But they don't have the authenticity, and I do, and I know I do, and so I just need to spit the knowledge. But when it comes to YouTube, you have to be consistent. You have to you have to realize you're not going to hit, especially in our super niche of cryptocurrency. You're not going to hit it depends on if you're a woman, if you're doing makeup tutorial, but whatever the niche you're trying to get into, just like, you have to be consistent with it. You have to realize that you're not going to have 1,000 subscribers on day one, that you're going to be super no, you have to perfect your craft. You have to build it. You have to perfect it. And you have to realize, you have to pivot to see if this is something that you really want. If this is being a YouTube vlogger is something you really want.
You have to experiment.
You have to experiment. You have to like just I was been saying already. So that when it comes to like the Shopify store, like you have to know the drop shipping information.
Let me tell you a quick tip. And I thought about this for myself just last night. Like literally, I'm working on 5 different brands now. You know what I don't have? A test site where I can actually test the different quality products without it affecting my brand. If I put out a shit product, I don't want it actually going onto my brand. I need to find out that it's a shit product on my test site. So I need to come up with something like, fghjk.com or some crap like that, like something that doesn't matter, that nobody's going to find. That way I can, import different products, test it, see if I like it, and if not, move on to the next one before I import it into my actual brand product. There's something for you to think about. That as far as the experimentation phase, I think you need a test site before you take it to your actual brand site.
And I'm looking at these sites, like I'm looking at GoDaddy.com right now, and I'm like, a website's only like $2.99 for 2 years?
Yeah.
I'm like, is that cheap for a website?
Exactly. It's $2.99 just to own the domain for 2 years. But then you also have like whether you need privacy or not, and different charges for different things and whatnot. So, you'd never actually just pay $2.99 unless screw, I don't need privacy. I don't need this. I don't need that. You're going to eventually pay for hosting as well somewhere.
What do you mean by like privacy?
For instance, if you own a domain name and you don't pay for privacy, then somebody can look up your domain name, and then somewhere like they can look through the back end or the code or whatnot, and they can find your phone number, who you are, who owns the website, potentially address, whatever the hell, So I would, definitely consider paying for all that when you have the cash for it. Otherwise, whether you get the domain with or without it, it really depends on whether it's a land grab that is, I need to grab this land now before somebody else does, or I can wait a little while because I don't think anybody's going to land grab this. But then you risk that chance of somebody jumping into that niche before you, or taking your website before you have the cash to actually pay for the privacy as well. So, you got to figure that out and weigh the pros and cons. Like for me, one of my sites, I didn't pay for privacy at all. I wanted to land grab right then and there before somebody else jumped on it. So that was important to me. So I could pay for the privacy later, as far as I'm concerned. But so let's continue our previous thought thread. Okay. What were some of the hurdles you had to navigate through that people who want to do what you do should look out for?
All right. So in the cryptocurrency space, what you should look out for is, I would say in the space, it's really just more like having a degree and finding a job. But when you're in the YouTube space, look out for people trying to sell you products that you don't need. Like and that happens a lot in the cryptocurrency space. I think the biggest thing is not overbuying on equipment that you are not ready to use, because when you start overspending on trying to build your brand to like the high quality you want it to, and then when you finally have this high quality that you thought you were going to create, and
you buy all this high quality equipment, but you don't have the high quality skills to use it.
Not even the skills, but the audience to watch it. So So just just to give an example. So I made a couple of videos. So I made my barbershop video, right? I have my barbershop video, and then I have a little more risque pool party video. But then I have a more tame. I will say the pool party video was a little. I got in a lot of trouble.
I watched that. I saw that.
I got in a lot of trouble for that one. I will say
you got in trouble for that.
No, duh. I got in a lot of trouble with my girlfriend for that one.
Well, okay, yeah, girlfriend.
Yeah. So that's the only problems that matter. Let's just be real. Because if it was anyone else, it wouldn't matter. But because it was my girlfriend, I'm like, okay, I'm in trouble.
You then had to justify, and it's like there is no justifying why you're filming girls twerking in the pool.
Yeah, so I had to justify. But then I had the more tame, more conservative, silent party video was more like a trivia game. So I was like, okay, this is a little bit more of what I was trying to do, guys. It wasn't just about the twerking and all that, but this is what I was trying to do in the first video. But before that, I had the barbershop video where I was just hanging out with my friends at the barbershop, and so here's the thing. The barbershop video right now has, I think, 84 views on YouTube, right? But for that barbershop video, I ended up hiring my friend, my close inner circle friends. He's a photographer. He makes money taking photos, and oh my God, if there's any business that is booming right now, it's photography, because women want photos. Women want photos of themselves, on Instagram, that are high quality fidelity photos, ridiculous. So he's a photographer, but he's also getting into videography. And so I was like, hey, why don't can I hire you, pay his fee and hire you for, recording the video, editing it for me. And that way I don't have to do all that extra work. And then let's see how it comes out. So I ended up paying, roughly around $200, $250 for him to do all that for me so I don't have to do that stuff, right? That video has 84 views, right? And of course, I can't even monetize anything on YouTube yet because I don't have 1,000 subscribers yet. So can't monetize anything. So but the video I made with the twerking video, with the risque one, the one at the pool, that got 235 views.
Dude, that's better than my barbershop video. That has 143 views on it. I just looked it up.
And I'm watching that and I'm thinking to myself, that video was 100% free. And I had to edit the other video, which only had 84 views, and I had to pay for that. So one thing, and like I said, it's not at the fault of my friend at all, because I wanted to support his business, but it just goes to show you, don't spend money on this ridiculously, expecting, I paid for this video, only got 84 views on it. I did this video for 100% free. It was just me at a pool party and with my camera and a fake gimbal and just walking around recording. And I got more views on that video than the last video, double the views, almost 3 times the views. And I'm like, okay, that's a solid lesson that I had to learn.
Yeah. Raw videos, sex sells, and,
sex sells
people
easily.
having fun, versus, a full production scale kind of a deal, that may or may not go viral. When you're first starting out, experiment with everything. Experiment with everything. And definitely don't spend your money where it isn't needed just yet.
Yeah, definitely that.
I think that's the lesson that people just starting out on YouTube should definitely.
You have to do it.
That's what I'm getting from what you're telling me.
Yeah. Do everything yourself. And don't think you have there are places you have to spend money, but wait till you reach that point. Wait till you reach that point of, well, now I need to spend money on this. Just how with the computer, I need to spend money on this computer now, because the things that I'm ready to the things like the editing quality I'm able to do now, I need a better computer to do those things.
Yeah, that's like me and my tablet here. I didn't own a tablet, but now I need a tablet. That way I can actually do art, for my cryptocurrency comics and, whatever designs that I want to have professionally rendered by professional artists, But let's jump back into crypto, okay?
All right, let's do this. Let's get into this. Why we're here, man. This is why we're here.
Dude, we've been on this thing for like an hour and a half now. So
who cares? Who cares?
This is awesome. Right. So, all right.
This is going to be great for when you have to come back.
Dude, this is going to be great for both of us. Right? Not only the podcast, but this is going to be great for your content as well. Your audience is going to want to hear what you have to say.
Oh, yeah. No, so, look, trust me.
Let's jump back into crypto. Last year was one hell of a bear market. Are you holding any bags still?
I am holding almost every bag. My biggest bag, I would say, Substratum is this bag that I've been holding that is just dead to me now that I just want to throw away. So Substratum.
I actually had like 456 Substratum for a while. I even had the node downloaded onto my computer. But I, as much as I believe in Substratum, I actually sold at a huge loss to buy into another cryptocurrency that was like way undervalued in my opinion that I believe in. So I might have lost like 99% of my value when it comes to Substratum, but I mean, I got like a good 1,800 coins with what I was, going into with what I had, sold. Yeah. So, nothing to report there as far as my cryptocurrency tax is right now.
There's losses. But once you report those losses, be ready to report gains for the rest of your life, because they will come after you after that. But if you're under $100,000, they could care less. You're not. Look, if you can survive off of less than $100,000 a year, but you're a secret millionaire, I think that's a good living. It's a solid living.
So what other bags do you have?
So I wish I could look. I've got just
off the top of your head.
Neo, which it's just lost to me too. I bought Neo at like the top as well because, like I said, didn't know what I was doing. Loopring, which is like a decentralized, it's like 0x. It's been hovering like the lower half of the front page for like the entire bear market. So Neo, Loopring.
I bought Neo at $100.
Yeah.
I only bought one.
Now I'm just hoping that community is able to build and able to move forward.
I think that they are personally, but
we'll see.
Right now, I'm looking at. I'm not like this year. I said off stream. This year I'm not dollar cost averaging into my crypto. I'm dollar cost averaging into what I'm creating.
Yes.
So, like I said with Substratum, I sold my Neo at a huge 99% loss.
Yeah, loss.
And put it into that other crypto that I did believe in. No point in taking gains or cashing out at a loss. If I'm gonna take a loss, I'm gonna put it into something else that I think will skyrocket.
We'll figure that out later.
Exactly.
I got a bag of Elastos. I have a little bag of that. I have a bag of allegedly have a bag of an ICO, which I've never still got the tokens for yet. So that's 100% lost. That's all gone in my eyes because they still haven't released the tokens. And I'm just like, okay, there's nothing we can do with this anymore. It's been over a year. But yeah, so these are all the marks that I had to fail at an ICO, I had to fail at this, I had to fail at that. And all these failures just build on to okay, well, now that I learned all this, I can guide other people. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't do this. No, you will get burned. I've seen it. I've lived it. Don't do that. And so all this experience that I'm getting. So what else? What other bags? But those are the bags that I'm holding. But if we're not talking about bags, I'm actually going to do this, a video of this, so I don't mind sharing it at all.
Oh, sweet. We get a preview.
Yeah.
Little teaser.
Yeah. People hear first. People hear first. This is the first time. If people are watching this is going to be the first time they see it.
Well, you might actually be releasing it before I release the video. The video will probably be coming out next week. The podcast is coming out tonight. Oh no, This Friday. I forgot today's not Friday. Today's Thursday.
Today is definitely Thursday. Yes, because
it's Thursday all day.
See if I can share this. So I remember when I did the 30-day DCA.
Yes, you were telling me about that off stream.
Yeah, so I actually I kept a record of that because, of course, if you don't keep a record, it doesn't matter. It didn't happen, you know?
Outstanding. All right, so for those of you who are listening, Mackenzie's been gracious enough to share with us a spreadsheet.
Yeah, so I have this spreadsheet here. So this has been like pretty much the DCA I've done for the past year from my DCA challenge, which was back in November to now. And so I've been DCAing. I remember when I did the DCA challenge, I did like $10 a day. No, don't crash. Oh, you're just recalculating. That's okay. Oh, for a second, I thought I was crashing. So it's roughly around like $600. So this is something that I've been testing out with, and I was pretty much getting ready to show people. So, like I said, Litecoin has been, and these are actual amounts that like I actually like DCA'd, and like the rest of the charts just show like times and dates of when I did it. But we're probably going to have to wait for this to like load because
now how did you actually do the graph on your spreadsheet? I didn't know that spreadsheets were able to actually do graphs.
Oh, it's a pivot table. So thank you, accounting world, for like being able to allow me to make these nonsense things. But it's a pivot table, but it's actually this entire pivot table and graph sheet actually came from Peter. Peter actually shared this with us. So if you actually, it was his.
I missed that video. I missed that tutorial.
Oh yeah. No, it's in the Bitcoin.pub. There are resources in there, guys. I'm telling you. So it's in the Bitcoin.pub, and it's pretty much his DCA. When he was DCAing Litecoin, his like charts that like have functions that link to like websites and APIs and stuff. So you don't actually have to update the amounts every day. It'll just update from like CoinMarketCap or something. It's an add-on that they use. As soon as this shit loads, like what the fuck? Okay, so what we just need, how many more we need? We're waiting here. I know there's one more is calculating. But it's pretty much like a DCA of like what I've been DCAing for like testing. So with Litecoin was like my best performer. Like I said, nothing that I sold nothing. I just DCA and I hodl till I'm hodling to the next bull run.
Yeah, I can see on your chart here that you put $50 into Litecoin.
Yeah.
I think you said you were DCAing $10 at a time.
Yeah, so I was DCAing $10 at a time.
Right, so you put $50 into Litecoin, and now the current value is $105. So you've more than doubled your value when it comes to Litecoin, and everything else I'm seeing is a loss except for Basic Attention token.
Yeah, so Basic Attention, once again, that's another $50, and that's almost doubled on its own. And then I've got also some XLM that was $50. Then the rest of these are like Chainlink, Theta, 0x, but I've got so I can explain why.
Look at those Litecoin. Look at those icon bags, though.
Oh, the Nikon bags! Give me that. 100.
Okay, last year was the dollar cost average year for me when it came to my cryptocurrency investments, and I dollar cost averaged almost everything into. I had a choice, but because I couldn't afford to invest into like 4 different projects. I chose what I believed was the best one out of all of them, and that was Icon. So almost the entire year, almost the entire year, I dollar cost averaged into Icon. So yeah, I'm holding some serious bags. I do not mind. Like if Icon goes down significantly again, I would love to buy some more. But right now I have other cryptocurrency investments that are way cheaper that I think could have the percentage gainers, or like, 2x, 3x, 4x, 10x value.
Think about it. Litecoin itself, Litecoin from November doubled.
Yeah, that's true.
Doubled. And that's just because of a Litecoin happening later this year.
Well, as Bitcoin has shown us, every time that there's a halvening, the value starts going up.
Programmable money. It's programmed, and we're gonna follow the system to the T because we know the system. So I'm like, oh my God, it makes so much sense.
I think that's a terrific blueprint for like if any other cryptocurrency comes out and if they start having halvenings, I think that would be a terrific model to follow. If it doesn't have a halvening coming anytime soon or in the next 4 years, I think you can think twice, maybe 3 times before you decide to invest in it.
Anything that has a deflationary rate, like it has to have if Bitcoin has if your concept of a cryptocurrency, and it's like, I don't get it. Like if you're going to make a cryptocurrency, it has to be built with value. And the value proposition is always got to be profit, because I just feel like something can have value, but when it comes to cryptocurrency, it has to make money. It's in the name, crypto assets, cryptocurrency. It has to increase in value. So in your tokenomics, you have to find a way to make your cryptocurrency scarce. And then I'm sorry. So like Monero has what, an infinite supply?
I don't remember too much about Monero. The only thing I like about Monero is its privacy coin capabilities. I'm not currently utilizing anything of it
until it's hacked again, so I had to do some research. I had to do my own research. Monero's been hacked twice, and people have been revealed to be using Monero. Like all your wallets have been traced. So I'm like, I really hope that doesn't happen again, Monero. But like the proposition of Monero, it's used for solely privacy, and it has an infinite supply. So over time, it's just going to keep going down. But it's only like, my thing is
kind of like Tether.
Yeah. And then my head is like, in my idea, in my thought process, I'm thinking to myself, well, then Monero's just used for wash trading.
That's one of the reasons why I'm not in Monero at all.
Yeah, I mean, it must just only be used for wash trading. That's it. Like it must just be used to hide your money, clean it, and never see it again. And then next thing you know, you have money sitting here somewhere else. And I get it, because that's just what the dollar can do. You know what I'm saying?
I get the use case. I get the fact that it's privacy and you don't want people jumping into your business, but to stay on the right side of the IRS not coming to my door with guns drawn, I stay away from Monero personally.
Because they will be, just like how we used to torrent things back in the day. And some people actually did get that knock on the door, like, stop torrenting in here. I think some of people are really going to get that knock on the door. So your IP is a link to using Monero wallets. We're going to need to talk to somebody in here. So I feel like it's going to happen. But then you have tools like VPNs and blah, 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 blah. But that's what I showed. So I sold this chart. It was roughly almost like a $600 investment. So that's what I'm like going to do. I'm going to start showing people, like, since we're technically at the bottom, so over time, this should technically grow if I'm in the right projects, and so this $600 should be, hopefully by the end of the year, double its value, at least by the end of the year. So, but you
are going to be continuing to dollar cost averaging into these projects, correct? The rest of the year, correct?
Yeah, well, it depends on how these projects perform. Because at the end of the day, we know the price is going to go up and we know the price is going to go down. But the thing is, if the price go down, what is your plan? If the price goes up, what is your plan? Because I'm not going to keep dollar cost averaging into something that continues to go down or was just.
Well, if it's a bad project, right.
Yeah.
If the value is going down and it turns out to be, you know what, the team's disbanded, you know,
there's no development going on.
It's getting delisted from Binance. It's getting delisted from Bitfinex. It's getting delisted from, you know, KuCoin. It's like, okay, you know what? Maybe it may be time to stop dollar cost averaging into this project. You know, and that's one of the beautiful, beautiful benefits of dollar cost averaging, which is I think it's the most used strategy for those of us in the Bitcoin.pub and on Yen is dollar cost averaging, because we're not taking a huge lump sum of money and putting it into one project or multiple projects at one time. We are slowly spacing it out and dedicatingly and using discipline to dollar cost average into our investments. That way, over time, we can see whether it continues to be a good project, or let's say halfway through the year, we see something and the project becomes a crap case, you know, then we can stop dollar cost averaging and our losses are minimal, and we could dollar cost average into a better project or increase our dollar cost average into a project that we actually believe in, you know, and further our gains that way. So that is one of the beautiful and wonderful use cases and the reasons why we choose to dollar cost average. And it's one of the reasons why I chose to name the podcast Dollar Cost Average Friday. DCA Friday.
DCA Friday, man.
You know,
every Friday.
Not only are we dollar cost averaging into our investments, what are you DCAing your efforts, your time, your creativity? What are you building? You know, and that's what this podcast is about, you know.
It's about building. You're right. It's about building. Like, I'm sorry. Like, if I didn't come out to you, reach out to you, and say, hey, this is an opportunity for me to build. This is an opportunity for me to network. This is an opportunity for me to talk to somebody. I would have never got the little GoDaddy thing. I'd have been like, damn, you know what I mean? fucking Florida, man. I swear.
Dude, I'm so excited for you in Florida, man. Whatever.
I'm shocked no one thought about it. I'm shocked.
Okay, let's continue because we're going close to 2 hours now, dude.
Okay.
This is like the longest podcast I've done so far. Okay, so
I'm so sorry. Right. I'm so sorry.
No need to apologize. This has been a blast. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and finish this freaking whiskey that I got going on.
As you should, because I'm done here. I'm gone. I'm there.
Hold on, let me catch up.
Catch up. You're my superior, man. What's going on? What's going on here? You're my superior.
All right, I'm done. All right, so what do you say to people who are discouraged from getting into crypto and investing, or who are thinking of selling their bags at a loss?
Okay, so for people who are thinking about selling their bags at a loss, it's okay if you have to sell. If you're to a point where you're at a 90% loss and you can use that money, by all means use that money, because you're in a worse place than that 90% loss. You know what I'm saying? If you're at 90% loss and you need that $50 or $2 just to make it through whatever you're going through, take that loss, get through whatever you're going through, come back with a plan. Go ahead and
buy your groceries if that's what you need to freaking...
Like if you do what you have to do.
Or put it into a project that you believe in.
Like, do what you have to do. Now, when it comes to fresh, new eyes getting into the game.
Yeah, brand new. That's who. Yes.
Fuck you. You son of a bitch. You're getting in better than I did. Trust me. You're getting, because now that you understand, you're getting in at way better time than I did. So fuck you.
We're at the bottom of the bear market. Yes. Anybody who's jumping in right now versus when when I jumped in, I started dollar cost averaging into Icon at $3.56.
Oh my God.
It's gone down to 30 cents, whatever the hell it is right now.
Oh my God.
But here's the thing. I didn't sweat it. And the reason is largely because I had read or listened to, I purchased the audiobook for Tony Robbins' Unshakable. And that book was phenomenal to me personally when it came to understanding stock markets and investing, and how I should never fear the bear market, because when the bear's going down, I'm getting things at a discount and my dollar's going further and I can buy more.
Right.
You know,
Volume. You get more.
So when I first got into Icon, I can only buy 16 Icon at $3.56 at a $100 investment. But as my $100 investment kept on going and the price kept on going down, I was buying more and more. Eventually, I think the most I ever bought was like 450 coins, for $100.
Now think about let's not think of the gains. Let's not think of the gains, but talk about the gains. Let's not think about it. But not even that, and people like it's honestly it's a way better time to get into the market. It's a little bit cleaner right now, but as I can see, the scam bots are coming. The scammers are getting, but they're slowly coming back with the same old tricks. Nothing different, and I'm like, okay, but the SEC is looking now this time, so I hope you guys are okay. But I think it's honestly, if you have someone that's really just trying to show you, someone that's not trying to sell you something, but someone that's trying to just show you the ropes and just give out this knowledge for free, because once you give out the knowledge for free, like I said, it's anybody who gets later into the game, it's their job to go back and look at the knowledge that was for free. My dedication will be to the people that have stuck with me for a while and that are learning with me and that are getting through it. But if you're getting into the market right now, look, don't spend more than you can. Start dollar cost averaging. If you want to increase your gains, start looking into trading, start looking into how to research, and honestly, just hold on for the next 3 years. It's really about just holding on for the next 3 years. And like I said, it's programmable money. It's programmable money. Wait your 3 years. See if this programmable money doesn't do exactly what it's programmed to do. That's all I'm waiting for. I want to see if this programmable money is doing what it's programmed to do. Because last time I checked, the last 10 years, it was doing what it was programmed to do. So now let's see if it continues to do what it's programmed to do.
Another thing that I look at personally is whether or not a project is making partnerships.
Yeah,
if a project is making partnerships with more companies or bigger companies,
real partnerships, not another cryptocurrency project or another this project. We got connected with something.io, which is another startup project. I'm like, I'm talking like real partnerships. I'm talking like someone's actually interested. Someone with way more money than me actually wants to see if they can make some money in whatever you're making.
If someone from the Forbes 500 is investing into a cryptocurrency project, that's a clue.
Hey, he may know something I don't. Let me go do my research. What is this Cosmos thing that just popped up in the top 15 out of nowhere?
What is this XYO thing? I had to plug that in because they've been grinding and they've been making partnerships. And in my opinion, they are way undervalued. And I would love to see. And I was looking at their total, like the total number of coins that XYO plans on implementing. It's less than XYO. It's less than Ripple. And so Ripple, if I were to compare, XYO to Ripple got up to like $3 and something, right?
Right.
Do I think it's totally possible that XYO might potentially just make it, a third of the way up, maybe just to $1 value?
Dude, that would
exactly.
Millionaire. Gone. I'm done. Time to make Florida Man videos for the rest of my life.
And Florida Man t-shirts.
Florida Man t-shirts. Florida Man does this. Hey, listen, I am Florida Man. No, I am Florida Man. Just like Craig Wright. I own the website. I own this. I own that. I own all these fake documents. I am Satoshi. Oh, okay, that's cute. Anyways, are you done yet? Are you done yet?
Dude, it was so rough. I wouldn't say rough.
Rough.
I was cheering when I saw that Craig Wright's Bitcoin Super Veloce, SV, got delisted.
Just delisted. Just
oh my God. I'm like, serves you right. If you were the real Satoshi Nakamoto, you would not be getting delisted.
You wouldn't be, look. I just want to know, what is this effect going to happen in the future? Because now that Binance has done that, and I mean, it's not even like they've done it before. They've delisted before. Now they've delisted something that has like a face, like a real face to it,
Dude, I don't even care. I don't even care. And the reason is because I didn't believe in the project to begin with. I didn't believe in the project to begin with.
No, I couldn't. How can you say you're the original when you're a fork of something that's a fork of something? Exactly. I'm okay. Thank you.
When you're a second tier fork or a fork of a fork, I'm not worried.
Oh, okay. I'm not worried about you.
If he had basically shown that he could transfer
any shred of proof,
a single Satoshi from the original Bitcoin wallet,
any shred of truth,
then maybe it'd be worth looking into. In the meantime, no.
Yeah.
Let's not forget the great divide that fork from Bitcoin Cash to Bitcoin, SV created. And then all the negative publicity. No, it wasn't worth it to me.
It wasn't worth it. Like, it's just like, it's really just egos. It was really just egos.
I will say one thing though. The great thing that came out from that fork, the Bitcoin Cash versus Bitcoin SV fork, was the ultimate lowering of the price of Bitcoin.
The ultimate shakeout. Yeah.
When I was able to basically take my tax return and purchase one Bitcoin for 38 instead of 6.
Done. You're done.
That was a blessing. Oh my God, I was so happy.
Like, give me this.
I got my one ticket to the moon.
That's it. That's all. People really don't think about it. How many people can buy one Bitcoin?
I know somebody who's done one Bitcoin multiple times.
But you know what I'm saying? Thinking about 2014. If I could buy Bitcoin at 2014, and we're literally only.
I heard about Bitcoin in 2009. If I wasn't so, oh no, that's Mark of the Beast, freaking cryptocurrency RFID chip in the hand on the forehead, end times revelation money, I would have been like, dude, like seriously, that was my belief. I'm like, you know what? I'm not jumping into cryptocurrency. That's the Mark of the Beast shit.
Let's do that. If we know this is my thing. We're going to get into that. If we know it's the mark of the beast, and you're not going to get into that, but we know that in Revelation, the mark of the beast comes regardless, and it is the sign of the end of times. There's nothing you can do about it.
The best thing that you could do is make the proper investments that make you the gains. That way, when the mark of the beast happens, they're like, okay, choose. Is it going to be in your hand or on your forehead? You've already made your gains, and you can go ahead and cash out and just live off the cash.
I'm sorry, cash is going to be gone in 10 years.
Or whatever, type of currency there is. What can you buy groceries with that isn't going to require that RFID chip? Like how are you going to be able to survive should the mark of the beast happen and you happen to be one of the ones left behind?
No, fuck that. No, I'm good. Take me. I'm good. I don't want to live.
We just went biblical on this whole podcast. So,
whether
you believe or you don't believe, that's all on you guys. If you do believe, hopefully you're part of the rapture. If you don't believe, you'll figure it out later.
You'll figure it out later.
Here's the point, though. Okay, I don't believe that Bitcoin is going to be the mark of the beast money, simply because the governments are so anti-Bitcoin right now.
Oh yeah, and there's nothing they can do.
I mean, the closest I personally believe that we've come to the market of the beast money is JPM coin.
Isn't anyone even talking about that anymore?
Even that I don't believe is market of the beast currency.
That's my thing. We know that the U.S. if USD coin isn't the U.S. dollar coin, the actual U.S. dollar coin, which is controlled by Coinbase, which in my head is like, well, Coinbase is the U.S. government now. Let's just keep it real. Let's just keep it honest. Coinbase is the U.S. government's arm in cryptocurrency. They got their head
so far up the government's rear ends, of course.
so they're just that, and that's what all that USD coin is. And we're going to be using USD coin for pretty much everything. But I don't even know where I was going with that. USD coin.
In that case, let's go ahead and go to the lightning round.
All right, so let's get this
lightning round. Okay.
Yes.
Answer in 30 seconds or less. Okay.
Ooh, all right.
5 favorite coins.
5 favorite coins. Bitcoin, Litecoin, BAT. That's 3. Maybe Elastos. Engine. I gotta put Engine in there.
Favorite project in the cryptocurrency space.
Favorite project, Lightning Network, because they're Lightning Network. They're building shit. They're building shit that's useful. I'm able to buy stuff on Amazon without putting in my credit card information. I can I literally just buy. People don't really realize
that. I know. I heard they were coming out with it, but I didn't know if it was implemented.
No, I have it on my. So if I screen share real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and screen share.
So let me see.
This one's gonna take longer than 30 seconds. That's okay.
No, it's all right. It's all right. 30 seconds. Bomb. So here. Let's just say if I want to go to Amazon. Sorry about that. Amazon.
Monkey shoulder. Excellent whiskey.
Monkey shoulder. Look, I'm telling you. But so I'm on Amazon here, right? I got something in the cart, right? So this right here, the stand that we were talking about before.
Right before the stream, we were talking about the upgrades that were coming for your channel.
So if I go proceed to checkout, right? You would think I would have to put pretty much information here. No, I have the little moon.io right here. And I can literally slide with.
Let me see if I can move this. That way we can see what the heck's going on. There we go. I had to move. Yeah. There we go.
So you see how we have the stand here? I can literally, without putting any credit card information, it's $19.99.
Look at that. Bitcoin Lightning Network is your payment method.
And I'm buying something off of Amazon.com. I don't have to put no credit card information. All I have to do is put my address. And it's going to get shipped to me.
Yep. Slide to pay with Moon. I love it.
And that's it. And
we always knew that Amazon and Bitcoin were going to freaking start making shit happen.
And that's it. This is what I love about cryptocurrency. We completely bypass any payment method that you come up with. We don't need it. If it's on the internet, all I need is an add-on. Bomb, it's done. It's fixed.
Nice.
This is what's going to keep cryptocurrency alive. The ability to just bypass any payment network that you're even trying to do.
And the additional fees for using third-party, fourth-party freaking methods.
It's cheaper. Every business, their point is to cut costs. If that's business 101.
If they can save customers costs, cut costs for customers, more customers will purchase.
That's it. If you give them a discount, 5 cents off paying with cryptocurrency, this off paying with whatever.
On the internet purchases, you could save $100 in a year. Or
what do you mean? All these crypto shirts that I get them all when they're on sale. Every time one of these dudes I have a 20% off sale. That's the day I buy it. I wait for sales as people do. But if you could always get a sale by using cryptocurrency, why wouldn't you? I can buy plane tickets cheaper.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if you, the last interview that I had was with Alex Adelman from Lolly. You've heard of Lolly yet?
Yes, I've have them.
You've got them already?
I've been testing it out. I'm like, wait, so I can pretty much almost buy anything cheaper. Now imagine if it's on sale already. I can buy it.
And you get a deadgum cryptocurrency rebate on top of it?
And I'm like, guys, what are you talking about? What do you mean? Yes, I'm going to buy it for cheaper. Yes. So with that being said, like, I just, like, so that's my favorite project because, like, right now, Lightning Network, people are building on that Lightning Network, making BTC faster. Yes, please. Because at the end of the day, all people are going to know is BTC. Everything else is going to be a trading coin.
All right. Next. Favorite YouTuber, go.
Shit. Favorite YouTuber right now, have to be Chico Crypto because people hate the fuck out of him. People hate the fuck out of him. And like, at the end of the day, he's still making the same content. It has to be Chico Crypto because he's just authentic with himself. And he's just authentic. There's something about it. It's just something about it. The community he's building is kind of based off of a little like anger and like trollish, but everybody needs a troll.
Sounds like Reddit, man. Sounds like Reddit.
Yeah, because I'm like if you go into his community, it's like people are trolling the hell out of you. If you're a newcomer getting in, you can't go into his community group because you're just going to be in there getting trolled.
That sounds like the exact opposite of Peter's, decentralized TV YouTube.
Oh, you go to decentralized TV. Pub. But see, that's the thing. All good things never get paid attention to. Isn't that sad that we live in a world where the troll gets more attention than the person trying to spread good knowledge? Not calling Chico Crypto a troll, but like that hatred, like anger, being mad at someone, negativity gets more views. Controversy gets more views than something positive that actually is going to help you with your life. Someone who's trying to tell you something to get you to move on with your life and do something with your life gets less views than a person having beef with somebody else and making a video about it.
Yeah, I'd have to say that when it comes to controversy or drama, okay, drama and causes people to just tune in, because they still have that consumer mindset, that zombie mindset. Just what's entertaining, bring it here. Versus what's educational. When it comes to Peter Seddington, and decentralized TV and what we've been building over there. Yen.io. Dude, I have to say, middle of 2017, I was introduced to crypto because a buddy of mine wanted to build the world's first social media for crypto. And not like Steam It, Steam It's more like a blog, but an actual social thing that would replace Facebook, replace Pinterest, replace Meetup, that sort of thing. And then, if you created events, you could get paid for those, creating those. And then if you attended them, you'd get paid, for attending them, but, at a lesser reward than the actual creator. And I believed in that. And, because it was a friend of mine that I had known for, 7 or 8 years, a buddy and I, Brian and I, jumped in on it and we invested, and that ended up not going anywhere. But because I was finally in the crypto space, I was like, okay, it's time to do my research. And I had subscribed to like 50 different YouTubers, and I spent 6 months watching every single video that those 50 different YouTubers put out. So every day I had over 50 videos to watch. At my last job, I could afford to do so. Wow. I had the time to do so because I was literally, just driving a 10-mile figure 8 on patrol, and I just, hook up the Bluetooth to YouTube, and I just play YouTube.
You just listen. Yeah,
I just listen and
because that's where we're going. Myself. Honestly, a lot of people
that was how I found Peter on Bite Size Bitcoin, and then Bite Size Bitcoin became decentralized TV, and the educational value in the community that he was building. It wasn't controversial. It wasn't as I should say zombie consumerish, I guess.
Yeah, it was just him being him.
But not only that, let's face the facts here. You and I both became alpha cohorts. We were paying, we were contributing. We were subscribed on Patreon, supporting the building efforts that Peter and his brother John were creating. When it came to Coin Puffs, Crypto Yum, they obviously created the Bitcoin.pub. And then, now we're currently working with them to help make Yen.io a better place. Okay. Now, this was a community of builders, a YouTube channel built for builders by builders, basically, when you think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it hasn't been marketed that way, but let's face it, it's educational. And if you get enough education in the right spot, you're going to have creative ideas and want to start building yourself when you're surrounded by other builders.
That's it. That's all it is.
It's not consumerism at its finest. It's maybe I should coin the new phrase builderism. I don't know.
Now, there's one phrase I'm gonna say it on here. I'm gonna catchphrase it. And I wish I could trademark it. The gamification of money. That's what I'm going to call it. Gamification of money. When you put video games on the blockchain, and I don't mean those trading card video games on the blockchain, which I just don't see. Like, I get it, it's the early stages, but I'm talking about when you have Call of Duty and you get coins for every kill you get.
Yeah, Brian and I were talking about, we are totally looking forward to when Ready Player One becomes reality. And you can actually earn money, by playing these video games and purchase real world goods with that in-game currency.
That's going to be crazy. And
my son is going to be a billionaire. He's already, no, I'm serious. My son's already he's on survival craft, Minecraft, roller coaster, whatever, Minecraft looking game that it is.
Build whatever, have them build it.
He has made billions of in-game currency because he creates amusement parks that people pay him to ride his rides. And he uses the funds to create more rides and expand his territory and create more rides. And, he's just earning billions. And if he could melt that down into a cryptocurrency and actually earn.
Oh my God. Real money. Just if you think about it, kids are really spending money on V-Bucks, Fortnite bucks for digital assets they do not own, for a skin that won't affect them in the real life at all.
Okay.
Oh my God. Let's not jump too far. Because I know we could go on. I don't want the podcast to be too long. This is supposed to be the lightning round, and we completely the liquor just hit us,
dude. I'm actually weaning down. I've been sipping this whole time. My 3 fingers of whiskey, my 1 finger of cranberry grape juice is slowly going down a little bit. But, it hit me pretty good a little while ago. But my lips are still a little numb. But,
oh, God.
But no, I mean, we could go so far into cryptocurrency gaming because there's such a huge demand for it. I mean, yeah, I find skins to be absolutely worthless.
Worthless.
But people will pay for them. Just
because. And so when that actually happens, when the gamification of money happens and the U.S. government doesn't come in and try to legislate it, well, no, that's gains. Think about it. If a kid kills a NPC and then gets a coin, and that's income. That's income in the accounting world. That is income. What are you going to do? Tax the child on playing a video game? This is the shit.
If any government has their way, the answer is yes.
That is ridiculous. People are really going to wake up to what money really is. And at least I hope.
Okay, so This was supposed to be a lightning round.
Yeah,
it has taken a hell of a lot longer than 30 seconds per question. Last question for our lightning round. What are you doing next? Like, what is your next project?
Oh, so my next project is I'm going to be recording myself building my computer. So that's the big project. That's the big next video. But I got a couple of videos. Like I said, I got a couple of videos planned out. But next project is building the computer. Once that, I'll have the Stream Deck. Once I have the Stream Deck, then it's going to be a constant, everyday, like I'm trying to get more consistent. So because I want to focus on the videos and I want to focus on like the Instagram videos and the YouTube videos, focus on that to build a following there, to like build my foundation. And once that foundation is built, then I can start spreading out into like, okay, now I'm going to make my Shopify store because now I don't have to work for somebody 24 hours a day. So now I can build a Shopify store. I can do this, I can do that, I can do this. And build the expansion of the brand. Because right now, this is just the first brand I'm going to build. Now that once I find that this cryptocurrency brand is successful, then I'm going to be building other brands like Florida Man. But I want to make sure I still have that like Florida Man. I've got like now I really got a good idea. You really gave me a good idea with Florida Man. I love that one. That's something I'm really excited about right now.
There you go.
Yeah, so that's the goal. But the goal right now is strictly building on top of Crypto and Culture YouTube channel. But damn, I didn't even show any of my channels yet. But I think I'll wait till the end.
That's the next question, okay?
All right.
Where can people find you? Where can they find you?
So you can find me on Instagram at CryptoKenzie. You can find me on Twitter at CryptoKenzie. You can find my YouTube channel at Crypto and Culture, where
Crypto N, like the letter N, culture, not crypto and culture.
Either way, even if you spelled it crypto and culture, you're still going to find my channel.
Very nice.
I was like, yes, good. So either way, but you're still going to find my channel, and you're gonna find me doing some crazy things. I like to go out into the real world and talk to people about it, and then I like to film some other stuff, just testing. But it is just the beginning of the channel. We got a lot of growing up to do, and we got a lot of building to do. Community coming soon, but first I have to build a following first before I can get the community set. Once the community is set, now I have a place where people can communicate and talk and find valuable information. But that's the goal right now. That's what I'm doing.
Outstanding. I love it. You know what? I think that is the perfect way to end this podcast. We've been recording for over 2 hours now.
It's beautiful.
Guys, I hope you have thoroughly enjoyed it as much as we've enjoyed it. This has actually been the first podcast where we've actually been enjoying some, excellent whiskey.
Yes. Well, I had this nice little, what is it? Is rum? Is Jim being rum? Yes, it is definitely rum. I'm sipping this last little bit that's left. But honestly, I just want to say thank you so much, Chris, for getting me on the channel. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to, talk to your audience as well. And I can't wait to share this with my audiences as well, to get the nuggets of knowledge that you also provided me, and the nuggets of knowledge that I tried to provide it to your audience, your community as well. And
even if it's just plain entertainment value, hey, welcome to the show.
Welcome to the motherfucking show. Also, gotta show the Bitcoin.pub.
The Bitcoin.pub.
Yen.io. Gotta show Decentralized TV, where you can find Chris from time to time on Friday nights.
Thank you for that.
Gotta show those things, because you know what I'm saying? Like, people are building here, and if you don't see people are building, then go somewhere else. But people are building over here. This is somewhere where people are making a stand and being pioneers. We are pioneers in this space. People just don't see it yet. We are in the IT space in the 90s. The IT space guys are filthy rich today. Filthy rich. Yes, I'm going to be filthy rich, but I'm going to be doing way more with my money than just being filthy rich.
There you go. Come back in 10 years and see where we are.
Filthy rich. Or dead, because someone came for our Bitcoins.
Your Bitcoin's only as secure as a $5 wrench.
That's all it is. That's all it is. But that's all really I got for you, man. Well, you got anything else you want to shell out to me?
You know what, guys? If you have not checked out Crypto and Culture, I highly recommend it. There's entertainment value there. Definitely check out his Instagram. I follow him. And guys, I am thoroughly excited and definitely looking forward to something coming from something Florida man related.
They don't even know yet. Florida man.
Don't worry. We'll go ahead and end this podcast and let you purchase it while you and I are in the after chat. When we're no longer recording. We'll let you record it then, and after you're done purchasing whatever you're going to purchase, I'll go ahead and upload the podcast. So,
perfect.
Get your real estate, buddy. Get your real estate. For anybody else, thank you for tuning in. I know it's been a long show. I really appreciate you guys sticking around. Please like, comment, subscribe. Whatever platform you're on, leave a star, leave a review, give us a comment. Tell us what you thought about the episode. You can follow us on Instagram. You can follow DCA Friday Podcast on Twitter and Instagram. And guys, today has been one hell of an entertaining episode. Mackenzie, I think we should make this like a regular thing, man. This has just been ridiculous. We'll just make it a whiskey episode once a week or some shit like that.
Hey, come back and say, hey, look, I'm down for it. Maybe not once a week. I can't make that commitment yet, but I'm down for once a month. I'm down for the once a month commitment. Hey, sit down. All right, so what are we drinking to? What the fuck's going on today?
I love it.
I'm down for that. I'm down to
once a month.
Camera more.
Let's try it once a month. So
let's do it,
guys. Thank you very much for tuning in to DCA Friday Podcast. Hope you enjoyed the episode. See you later, guys. Peace out.
Hey.